guys, welcome back to another episode of Focus Gaming. Last time, if I recall where we left off, I had set up a very basic liquid fuel rocket. So I thought I would fly a liquid fuel rocket and try and get out of the atmosphere now, since we do have enough. We do have the technology. So yeah, I just need to apologize for one, the horrible audio for the previous video. I do not know why that happened. My mic crashed, so my computer was recording everything I said and it sounded horrible. And secondly, for some reason this top part over here got cut off every time. But anyways, if you haven't seen him, this is Kerman. These are your contracts. These are your funds. So I have 109,730 funds. That's your science value, and this is how much money you have. If you're in the blue, you're like mediocre, you're in the middle. Yellow, you really need to get some more money, and green, you're doing pretty good. So right now I'm gonna go escape the atmosphere, because that's what we're gonna do this video. And just anything. Yeah, I can take this, because then I can then when I'm landing back, I can deploy this. So I just need to meet all the staging requirements for this. It's pretty complicated. We need to be flying at exactly this much, and we need to be going at exactly this speed, and that once we re-enter. So let's accept that. Now we can only accept 2 contracts still. We haven't upgraded anything. So yeah. Anyways, back. We haven't done anything to the Space Center. I haven't done anything yet. So let's go to the VAB now. Or Vehicle Assembly Program. Sorry. Okay, so we still have the basic command pod. We don't have any monopropellant yet, so I'm just gonna put the monopropellant to 0. You can see the funds just went from 588 down here. Full monopropellant is 600, 588. Saved a little bit of money, but it's important. So we had we can see the contracts over here. Just mouse over here, and then you can scroll up and down to see what you've achieved. So we don't have to worry about this yet. And we need the MK16 parachute, so that's a utility. This one that we used in the first video. And when we go to structural, we have this decoupler. I told you, right? The decoupler was the game changer. So we're just going to get the decoupler, stick that underneath here. We only want the, well, actually no. Put that aside for now. Go to Science, get the Science Junior and the Mystery Goo. Press X, by the way, for symmetry. I think I mentioned this before. And then put the decoupler. By the way, you really should check out the first Kerbal Space Program video, because I've said a lot of stuff about controls. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just try and find it. Anyway, so now we're gonna go here. See, we unlocked this FLT 200 fuel tank. So it's pretty small, but it does have fuel for a final kick into escaping the atmosphere. So we're just gonna put this LVT-30 Reliant. Hold shift and click, by the way, to move the entire rocket. Yeah, so this will be a final kick to get out of the atmosphere. So put the decoupler underneath. And now I'm just going to go for this hammer solid fuel booster. And go to 4 times symmetry and put in 4 basic fins. These are really tiny, but they provide essential stability, so we don't smash into the ground or anything, or we don't flip over spontaneously in the middle of the flight. So I'm just going to call this atmosphere escape. Okay, Jebediah has already had his turn, so I'm going to put Valentina in. By the way, you can hire more crew over here, the astronaut complex, but they cost funds and they're very expensive. So I wouldn't recommend it if I were you. So let's save the rocket and let's launch. Very basic rocket, very small, but it should get us into the air. Anyway, so now here we're at the launch pad, same old basic launch pad from the first video. Now before we go, I'd just like to mention, this is your nav ball. This shows your this shows which way you're going and stuff. Sorry for my stuttering. So if you hold shift, your throttle increases. This over here is your throttle. If you hold control, the throttle decreases. So it depends on how much thrust you want, right? Z is to make it go all the way up quickly, and X is to make it go all the way back down. So yeah. So we're going to press T to turn on the SAS, the stability. We don't have any RCS, so there's no point pressing R. Oh yeah, Valentina. Nothing for her to do. Yeah, and in the new update of the game, the Kerbals come with nav balls, so it's pretty cool. But that's not really important. We'll get to EVAing in a later episode. But for now, let's press spacebar and go. The hammer solid fuel booster, we can't really control its thrust because it's a solid fuel booster, right? We can only adjust its thrust limiter, but we can't do that now since it's already on a roll. So I want to press T again. This is going to get us up to speed, give us a really good kick to get out of this blue layer of the atmosphere. This is the thickest, densest layer. You want to get out of that as quickly as possible. See, we already can't use this. When it turns red, we're going too fast. If we deploy, it'll just snap off and we'll die on landing. So hopefully, I'm not sure if it will, but hopefully this gets us out of the atmosphere. Yeah, it's given us a really good kick. I should have added an extra fuel tank. I don't think this is going to make it. So yes, pressing spacebar activates this engine. I've just kept the throttle at 100%. I just want to go straight up. Right? So if we go over to press M onto the map view, you can see the APWAP is increasing really quickly. And once it gets past 70,000, we're out of the atmosphere. So if we go straight up now, we'll go out of the atmosphere, but that's a little dangerous because if we come back, we'll come back too up. Yeah, I'm spinning. We'll come back way too steeply. So what we want to do, we want to tilt like this and fire our engine to go this way. So now we have a little arc over here, so the re-entry won't be as steep as it was. It's not that much. I just ran out of fuel. I'm just going to ditch that now because it's useless. And once we get out, so I'm going to time warp, press the period key, remember, to time warp. What's this? World's first milestone, yay! We got extra science, and we've escaped the atmosphere. Great! We've broken the land distance, more science, more funds, and here we go. We've escaped the atmosphere, we get 6 science, some funds, some reputation. Let's get it all. Now we want to observe the science, observe the materials bay. So see, we get so much of science up here, 25 science, that is a lot. Observe the mystery goo containment units, really important. 10 science from each of these, so 20 science in total. And finally, let's take a crew report. 5 science. Crew reports don't really give you that much science, I still don't know why. The developers of the game make some really weird choices, but I'm not going to complain, it's a pretty cool game. We cannot EVA and get an EVA report because we don't have the, we haven't upgraded the astronaut complex yet, so they don't have the technology to EVA right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip the rocket to retrograde. Notice how I turned off the SAS. That SAS takes up electric charge of the capsule, and that's bad. We don't want to lose any more electric charge. Otherwise you won't be able to control a rocket. You should get into this habit because even though Kerbals will produce, you don't really need electric charge for Kerbals, but once we get into probe developments, electric charge is extremely important because without the electric charge, the probe won't work. Anyways, yeah, so we're reaching our apogee. No, we've already crossed the apogee, in fact, of our orbit, and we're just going to head back down into the ocean over there. Yeah, we haven't really gone really far, but what can we do? We don't have enough science. So I'm just going to time warp, and we're just falling. Yay. Let's see what our landing. Okay, so We cannot use the parachute now, it's too dangerous. We're going to fall by the ocean really near the KSC because we haven't really gone that far. Yeah, let's just hope the atmosphere slows us down. As you can see, we're actually gaining speed. So we're going to have to present, there's no heat shield on this. We're just going to have to present this materials way. Hopefully doesn't explode. Yeah, there's the Mon. We'll be going there later. And Minmus is somewhere. We'll be going there later too. Not in this episode. We don't have enough Delta V in our rockets. So there's the fuel tank over there that actually came with us. But that's going to just either disintegrate in the atmosphere or hit the ground and explode. We don't care about it. We really don't. So we're just going straight down into the atmosphere. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're flipping out of control. Yay. There's nothing we can really do about this right now. We just need to get slow enough. I would recommend keep wiggling your rocket around. It produces like some aerodynamic stability. Don't make it as aerodynamic as this, because we want to flip it like in a lot of directions so that the air has enough things to bite into. Yeah, we're losing atmospheric pressure really quick. We need to get below 250 meters per second. I do not think Valentina is going to make it. I'm sorry, Val. We all love you. We love you, Val. But she's going to die. Nothing can save her now. Deploy the parachute, no point. Get out! No! Yes, Valentina Kerman has been killed. That sucked. The science died. I'm not going to revert the flight because that's cheating. This is a huge moment in the game. Valentina has been killed and there's nothing we can do about it. I should have put that extra fuel tank. We would have gotten more lateral velocity and re-entry wouldn't have been as, deadly. So anyways, let's go to the Space Center. Yeah, I'm extremely sad, really angry. Jeb's coming to kill me now, because he likes Valentina. We can't really get anything. We didn't get the science. The cheapest is this, 15 science. Unfortunately, Valentina has to perish today. In the name of science, we quibble to really stupid things. So, with a solemn heart, I have to declare Valentina Kerman the first Kerbal ever to go out of the atmosphere, flying further and faster than even Jebediah, falling into the ground and dying. This is a huge moment in the game. We're very sorry, Val. But we shouldn't stop here. We must keep going. We must develop. We shall not have the same fate as Jebediah. As Valentina, sorry. It's time to go again. And this time, Jebediah is certain that he will succeed. He will do this for Valentina Kerman. He will do this in the name of science and the tribute flight of Valentina. The atmosphere escape. The rocket design that's already killed one. Jebediah, Thrill Master Extraordinaire, is certain that it will not kill him. And as he takes off in his rocket, with the G-forces crushing him in his seat, his determination is unperturbed. He will do this. He will do this. He is certain. Solid fuel's nearly out. Solid fuel's out. He ditches the solid fuel booster and fires up his LV-T-30 engine. Going at incredible G-forces. He gets into the map mode. Watches his apoapse rise rapidly. It must make it over 70,000. And it makes it. He cuts the engine. Keeps going a little longer. Cuts the engine. Turns the rocket to the side. This is where this could be the game changer. Rocket flips around. Does a little dance. and he fires his engine, lateral velocity. Whoa, his flaps is dipping rapidly, but that does not bother him. He fires his rocket, he fires his rocket, and the fuel cuts out. A much bigger op than Valentina had. He dishes the final booster stage, flips his rocket to the periaps, and waits. There's a land distance broken, and two land distances broken. That does not annoy Jebediah. That does not matter to Jebediah, sorry. He has a mission to do. And as he slowly warps time in his favor, he reaches space. He starts taking signs, valuable signs that Valentina had given up her life for. Getting all the important signs. Jebediah knows that he must not screw up the mission from this point. He warps time. He gets notified that he's broken a land distance. Still, he keeps going. He knows that this is not the end of the mission. And he hits the atmosphere at a much more subdued rate. The periaps is not there anymore. It's actually here. He warps time more, even more. He feels the air, very thin, but he feels it biting into his cockpit. He gets another milestone, the land distance record of 100 kilometers. He is now 100 kilometers from the space center. And as Jebediah glances back, he sees the final booster stage heading down to his watery grave, hoping that this does not happen for him as well. The speed is still increasing, the atmosphere has not taken its hold yet. And suddenly, when Jebediah looks out of his tiny little window, he sees tiny flickers. And there it is. He knows he's in the atmosphere now. It is time. He must do this. He hears the wind howling. So loud. Forcing his rocket into the periaps position, but no, it flips. This is how Jebediah knows. He watched it happen. This is how Valentina perished. No, this is not going to happen to him as well. No, he must survive in the name of Valentina and in the name of Kerbal. He must do this. The atmosphere is taking hold. Unbelievable G-forces. Still going, still descending. Rapidly descending. His speed is decreasing almost as rapidly. He might not make it. He does not know what's going to happen. 260, 50. Parachute deploys. Will it deploy in time? No. It's Jebediah 2. But all of those events were in Jebediah's dreams, as he dreamt that he was going to be he dreamt he was going to perish just like Valentina had. But no, he finds himself in a completely different rocket style. What's it called? What was it called? The Highland Science. Suddenly everything comes back to Jebediah. Right. His mission was to go over there. To the Highland. And Jebediah puts the throttles up. He presses the T button and fires his engine. Now, this liquid fuel engine has a lot more swivel, so it's good gimbaling, which means you can turn well. Jebediah, relieved and happy, knows that this is his chance to prove that he is as good as Val, that he is bad S, as that's what his number is. Flips his rocket for style. Jebediah Kerman. The mission was very meager. You just have to get out of the space-centered biome, explore a new one, and take a scientific report. As simple as you're gonna get. while flying at Kerman. 17 signs. It's mind-blowing for Jebediah. He fires his engine again. But no, his rocket's not responding. And again, the rocket just wants to keep flipping around. Again, finally he regains control. Fires for all his life's worth. And dead silence. The engine is done. He ditches it and watches it flip away. And fly away indeed. He gets the mystery goo. Hardly any signs of that. And he takes a crew report. Gets a little bit of signs from that too. Gets more signs over there. And deploys his parachute. The engineers have huge amounts of faith in the parachute. They know that it will never fail. And as he goes head first, because he's Jebediah, towards the terrain, he warps time to make things faster. And slowly but surely his parachute deploys, flipping him around at incredible G-forces. And soon the long descent awaits him. So yeah, I mean, Valentina, Kerman, it was very unfortunate. But yeah, see, we have returned to the surface from somewhere. Improvements, right? So yes, this is how it works. You become a Kerbal, you do all of this. Anyways, so Jebediah takes an EVA report. Not much. He actually reached the grasslands. Because of all the flipping around on his rocket, he could not, in fact, get all the way to the highlands. But that's okay, it's still a valuable science. So Jebediah stands there. He wants to plant a flag, but he cannot. They have not developed the technology. He recovers himself. The crew come and get him. I still don't understand why you can only recover one thing at a time. It's really annoying. I don't get it. 17.8 science, pretty good. And he turns around, recovers this. And we have a whopping 40 science in total. Let's spend it. So he goes for the stability for these winglets. This is 45 science, so slightly out of our reach right now. But survivability, we get a heat shield, will slow that down. Radiator, service bay, landing gear, like landing struts, landing legs, sorry, and radial mount parachutes. It's slightly different. I'll show you later. So let's just research that for now. And yes, so guys, thanks for watching. That's the end of this video. Unfortunately, yes, Valentina had to die. For science, of course. Jebediah too. He had his own call. It was pretty close. But turns out it was just all a dream. And he had nothing to worry about. So thank you guys for watching this episode of Focus Gaming. And see you next week. Bye.